Hey friends, my name is Patty. If you want to learn all things alternate day fasting, also known as ADF, and if you want to learn how I was able to manage to lose 25 pounds, keep it off, and all the good gems that I've learned throughout the journey, just keep watching the video, subscribe to my channel, like it, and share with a friend. Thank you. See you in the next video. If you're like me and you've tried everything to lose weight and didn't work, join me on this journey where I'm going to talk about how I lost 25 pounds through alternate day fasting, aka ADF, some tips, what I've done, what was my routine, what meals I ate. Come on, join the journey. Like I promised on the last video, I said I was going to share my full routine with ADF and what I did, my meals, and all the good stuff in between. So when I started ADF, so I stumbled upon it and I was 170 pounds by then, but my whole journey started at 200 pounds. So I was able to lose 30 pounds through trial and error. And then I got stuck with the last 25 pounds. And that's when I came across ADF. For those who don't know what ADF is, it stands for alternate day fasting. And all it means is that you fast one day and you eat the other day, the next day. And you fast again the following day. And then you eat again the following day, so on and so forth. So I want to share with you exactly what I did and how long it took for me to lose the between 20 and 25 pounds. When you do ADF, it targets your fat so strategically that I end up losing more than what I thought I was going to. My biggest concern was because some people really do day on, day off, day on, day off. And even if it falls on weekends, they maintain that schedule. Now, part of the reason why, and I'm sure some people are going to think this weird, because you're going to think, how can you not, you say that you don't have consistency, which I mentioned on the other video. How do you say that you can't be consistent, but then or have discipline, right? Maybe discipline is the best word. It's a better word. So you don't have discipline, but you have enough discipline not to eat a whole day. And I don't know how to explain this, but it was very easy for me not to eat. It could be because I already have the practice of fasting for spiritual reasons. I'm a Christian. I'm not new to fasting, so I'm not new to the feeling of hunger. I want to say this is why it wasn't too complicated for me, because I fasted for long periods of times before. So fasting on and off, it was like very easy for me. So I started fasting. I decided that my schedule, and I think that's the most important thing that you can do, is decide what kind of schedule that will set you up for success. For me, I knew that having to fast on the weekends, it was like setting myself for failure. So I decided that my schedule was going to be Monday. My fasting days would be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You need to find a schedule that it's going to set you up for success. Because if you know you have things going on the weekends or in the middle of the week or whenever they are, and people are going to like have food around, and if you know you're not too disciplined about it, then you should definitely like plan for those. And for me, for the weight that I needed to lose, which was between 20 and 25 pounds, 3 days a week were more than enough days for me to lose the weight. I remember one of the videos that I was watching to understand how I could do ADF and be successful. This woman said that you would be fine on the days that you could actually eat, because your stomach is shrinking and you can't overeat. And I thought that was like, I didn't believe it. I'm like, knowing me, like the days that I can eat, I'm just gonna eat. Like, I'm not gonna restrict, I'm just gonna eat. And I thought to myself, so probably this is not gonna even work with me. I'm gonna fast in vain, and then the next day I'm gonna ruin everything. So I do wanna warn you that you might not believe what I'm telling you, but you won't be able to eat. And you actually have to be careful not to undereat. I know. That was me. What? Not only I'm not gonna overeat, I'm gonna undereat. And that sure enough happened to me. Because on you fast the day before, right? Your stomach automatically will start shrinking and you will start getting used to not eating. So the next day you're gonna wake up fine because the hunger doesn't hit until later on. So you're gonna wake up fine, and then you're gonna have your breakfast whenever, and then you're gonna feel full very quickly. That's when the under eating starts because you're gonna eat less than what you used to. And then when it's time for you to eat again, guess what? You're not hungry. So now you're gonna do what I did, which was skipping meals. I'm not hungry and you're actually full. So part of this whole journey is making sure that you drink plenty of water, and water will take space in your stomach. So I found myself having only 2 meals a day, which is not horrible. However, the quantities that I was eating was not enough. And I noticed like if I'm not intentional eating like nutritional stuff, I could be in trouble like nutrition wise. So what I try to do, because I still couldn't eat the portions that I was eating before, I just made sure that I was eating healthy food. Patty, what is healthy food? You know, vegetables, not a lot of junk food, candy, chocolate, if you're a chocolate lover, like cereal, like the sugary cereal, like all that stuff. You know what's not healthy. So this leads me to sharing what I would eat. I'm a very simple eater, if that's a term. I can eat the same thing every day and not get tired of it. And I love salads, which is like, yay for me. So, what I did was I would get like a piece of meat or fish. Most of the times, meat. And I would make it however way I'm making for the house. It could be grilled or not. And then I would have like my bowl of salad just because I love salad. So just have my bowl of salad. And at this point though in my journey, I had like avoided carbs like rice, pasta so much that I had not introduced them, or potatoes. So I had not introduced them. I started introducing them after I lost all the weight, which I don't think it was necessary, but for some reason my brain was just still guilt tripping me about eating carbs. So I stayed away for a while and only recently started adding them, but in very like gentle quantities. So it was just like a piece of meat, a lot of salad, just because I love it, and that was it. And that was it. Feast days. I didn't have breakfast, aka lunch, until 12. So I actually ate at 12, and I would have scrambled eggs with like three mini, like this big wheat toast. I would have like three, and like I love cherry tomatoes. So like two scrambled eggs, maybe let's say four sliced up cherry tomatoes or five, and then three wheat toasts and a latte. My latte, regular milk, and like 3 small spoons of sugar. And that was all the sugar I had, like that I actually pour into my drink, or yeah, that I ate. And I, if any of the sugars I had in this journey, it was like in the food already. I didn't add anything. So that was my breakfast that I had at 12, so at noontime. And then around, so this is when the under eating can cripple in and you need to pay attention. And then at 12, around 5, sometimes 6, that's when I would be hungry again. And then I would eat the piece of meat or fish, salad. And then later on, maybe 2 or 3 months later, I started adding carbs. So that would be my lunch slash dinner. Because guess what? After that, I couldn't eat anymore. And not only I couldn't eat anymore, I had no desire to eat. I had no cravings, and I'm drinking my water. And I think 2 weeks in, I was like, I'm under eating. And that's when I realized that I was under eating. So I was able to push up my lunch meal to like 4. So that way at 7 I had dinner. What was my dinner? I couldn't eat a full meal. So just something to be easy on my stomach. Either I did an omelet with salad, very small portion, because I really couldn't eat that much. Or I really came to enjoy Greek yogurt with maple syrup. My sister has it with honey. I like maple syrup, and like maybe two teaspoons of maple syrup. It really hit the spot. That would kind of like be my dessert. Love that. And that was it. I didn't snack because all cravings vanished, and I didn't hunger anyways. I didn't hunger to have a snack in between. I at this point in the ADF journey, I had to like force myself to eat and to eat enough. So in this journey, right, this month and a half, 2 months that I'm losing this weight, I did not exercise. Was it intentional? No. I mentioned in the other video that I don't really like to exercise. I know it's important. I'm going back to it, to some strength training and walking, but it's not something that like, oh, I'm so excited, I'm going to exercise. So I didn't exercise. And it was something similar to the other girl that I saw on YouTube. She mentioned that she would just do light walking. No, actually, the first months of ADF, she didn't exercise at all. And she still lost over 10 pounds the first month. I lost close to 10 pounds. I think I lost 8 pounds the first month, and then the rest the following weeks. And it was a total, I can't remember exactly, but I believe it was a total of like a month and a half or a month and 3 weeks. I had reached my goal of 150 pounds, and I looked skinny the way I like to look, that I didn't need to lose another 5 pounds to be at 145. I feel like if I still wanted to be 145, now it would have to be through exercising and not really. And I always I think this to myself, and I'm trying to remember to say this on my videos. Don't look at the scale. I'm giving you numbers just so you know what I was dealing with, so you're not trying to guess what kind of, oh, how much did she lose, or how, in what time frame, because I know when I was doing research, that's kind of what I wanted to know. But if you embark on this journey, don't be so fixated in the scale, in the numbers, because at one point when I saw that I'm losing the weight, I started paying attention to my clothes. And my clothes, they can't lie to me, right? When you lost weight, it will show on your pants, it will show on your shirts. Another way that I saw that I was losing weight, it was through other people. People were just coming to me, asking me, what have I done? Like, am I taking pills? Like, what's my secret? Like, what am I doing? And I just explained, I'm just doing ADF. I did it and it worked and I loved it and it was easy for me. And honestly, even if it wasn't easy, I didn't know it was gonna be easy. I tried, and then I saw for me it was easier than restrictive eating. And I think that's something important for you to consider if you're thinking about ADF. Um, is it something that you think you can handle? But if you don't know, just give it a try. What I'll do is on my next video, I will share how to prepare for ADF because I think that's very important, especially if you never done ADF before, if you never fasted before. It's important to know how to prepare and what supplements to take. So if you are interested in learning further, just click the link that I'm gonna put right here or in the description. All right, thank you for joining me. See you next time. Bye.